Hi boys and girls, welcome back to Kindergarten Story Time. I'm so glad that you decided to come back and join me for another read aloud. I hope you're having a great day no matter what you're doing, but I hope you're doing something that you enjoy today. So today I'm going to read you a story that Mrs. Gutheil and I would have read to you in class. And this story is called Dandelion. And in a minute, we're going to talk about what dandelions are. And I know that you know exactly what they are, okay? This story has a little project that we would have done with you in class. So if you'd like to do the project with me after, you're going to need some things. And I'm going to tell you what they are. So Mrs. Gutheil and I emailed your parents this sheet of paper. It's in black and white, and it actually has a dandelion on it, and it says make a wish. So if you would like to do this project, you're going to need this paper. Now I just backed it on black because this is how I would have hung it up in school if we were in school. And they look really pretty together with the black and the white and all the colors that you'll use because it makes it really pop. But of course you don't have to do this. If you'd like to do it, you can. You're also going to need some paint in your favorite colors, whatever they are. And in school, we would have used Q-tips as our paintbrushes for this project, but you can use a paintbrush. You can use your fingers if you want. It's up to you. And if you don't have any paint, that's okay, because you can still use markers or crayons or colored pencils or anything that lets you use color, because the project will look beautiful no matter what. Okay, so now if you are ready, I'm ready, we're going to talk about what a dandelion is. So I went for a walk with the girls and with Maggie the other day, and as I was looking around, I noticed a lot of these growing. And do you know what these are called? That's right, they're called dandelions. And dandelions are really, really pretty. Now usually they grow taller and they can be a lot bigger than this, but I guess because it hasn't been very hot or sunny out in the last couple of days, maybe the dandelions are still growing or they need a little bit more time. But I picked these tiny ones. And I know a lot of you know what these are because Mrs. Gutheil and I sometimes get them from you in the morning when you come into school. Sometimes you find them by the bus stop or in your lawn or in the crack of a sidewalk. And you pick them and give them to us. And we love it because these are so cheery and they're so bright. That yellow makes them so happy. But did you know that dandelions are actually weeds? And I know that's surprising, right? Weeds are something like dandelions that grow faster than other things in our garden. Faster than the grass, faster than certain plants and flowers. And when they grow faster and faster and faster than other things, they seem to suck up most of the sun and the rain and the things that the plants and flowers and the grasses underneath them need in order to grow. So a lot of gardeners or people who like really green lawns are not a huge fan of dandelions, but I think that they're really happy and cheerful. Okay? Now, when the dandelion is done growing, it actually closes up and it turns into something like this. Now, I picked this yesterday, but some of it already fell apart. And I know that you recognize this and you know exactly what I mean because this is very, very fluffy and soft. And if you just breathe on it or blow on it, they start to fly everywhere. And these things that I'm talking about are actually little seed parachutes. Every single one of these is a new seed to make a new dandelion. So if you were to pull this out and make a wish, which a lot of children and adults do, you are actually blowing more seeds wherever you are. And when those seeds land, they land in the grass, they land in the sidewalk cracks, they get sun and they get rain, and then they grow again into new dandelions. Okay? So that's what we're going to be reading about today. So this is called Dandelion Adventures by Patricia Kite. The spring wind blows. 7 dandelion seed parachutes fly into the air. The seed parachutes are made of tiny soft hairs. Where will each seed parachute land? Okay, so that's exactly what's happening. When you blow on this, you're blowing the little seed parachutes. The first seed parachute lands in a garden. Dandelion seed parachutes have tiny hooks and help them stay in a landing place. A thick root grows. Green leaves appear. So this is what a big dandelion looks like. You probably see these a lot more in the summertime. A gardener sees the dandelion. "Out, weed," the gardener says. But the dandelion grows back from a piece of root the gardener leaves behind. So if you want to get rid of a weed or a dandelion or any kind of plant at all, you have to get it from the root. If you just chop it off or pull it up and you didn't get the root at the bottom, it's just going to grow again. And that's what's happening. The second seed parachute lands in a sidewalk crack. The earth there is hard and dry. The seed lies for 2 years, but after one rainy winter, it starts to grow. People step on the leaves, but they grow anyway. So the leaves of the dandelion are pretty tough. You can walk on them and you won't hurt them. The third seed parachute lands in a park. A bird sees the seed. It eats the seed and looks for another. The fourth seed parachute lands near a forest. Leaves grow. Deer come and eat the tall green leaves, but new leaves keep coming up from the strong root they've left behind. So this could really happen in nature, even though this is a fiction story. We read a lot of stories that were fiction, but the things in the story could happen. The fifth seed parachute lands in a stream. It floats away, and later the seed grows on a muddy shore. So it looks like these dandelions can grow pretty much anywhere. The sixth seed parachute lands on a ship. The seed goes to a faraway land. That's interesting. So I guess it could travel too, right? The seventh dandelion seed parachute travels more than 100 miles in the spring wind. Now, I don't know how far it could really travel. Maybe this is true and maybe it's not. But definitely the wind can carry seeds. It can carry the seeds from the dandelion. It can carry seeds from some of your flowers in the fall. And you can get new ones when that happens. Once it lands somewhere, if it gets water and sunlight and the things that it needs to grow, then you're going to have a new weed or a new flower or whatever it is. It lands in a schoolyard. And at our playground on Washington Drive, I've seen dandelions before, growing on the little hill by the parking lot, by the fence where you all play. There have been lots of dandelions. Here the seed grows roots, leaves, stalks, and flowers. So it's really, really growing. Bees come. They carry pollen from each flower to their hives. The pollen helps to feed the young bees. One day, the flowers close up. So if no animals eat the dandelion, if nobody pulls the dandelion out, it will close up and then this will appear. And that's exactly what I showed you before. Except mine's kind of falling apart. The seeds are very, very delicate. When they open, the yellow dandelion is gone. In its place is a feathery white ball. Uh-oh, could this be one of you going to pick it? A child picks the dandelion. Puff! So she's making a wish and blowing on it. And what's happening? All of the seeds are flying everywhere. 70 seeds fly into the air. Where will they go? And it's like the story starts all over again. these dandelion seeds will have a new adventure and land in new places, and maybe another child will find it and make a wish. Okay, so that was our story. I hope you liked it. I think it's a nice story. Now, what we would have done in school is we would have given you this paper like I had told you, and we would have had you choose some colors. Now, I'm going to be honest, some kids liked to just use one color. Other kids liked to use lots of different colors. So it's really up to you what you want to do. But what I had asked the children to do was take their Q-tip, dip it into the paint, and you can dip it into the ends where the little black balls are around. Some children like to do that as well as go inside of the dandelion and paint that too. So what I want you to do is decide what color or colors you want to use. And I'm going to just try to do this by holding it up. And I'm going to choose purple as my first color because I love purple so much. That's my very, very favorite color. All right, I want to make sure that, I'm going to have to do it this way, that you can see me. And all you're going to do simply, now if you were on a table, which probably you are, but I'm not, is you're going to just dip in and dot your Q-tip onto whatever part of the dandelion that you would like. So I'm going to actually just put some inside. Okay. And then you might want to choose another color. So let's see. I should have really opened up all my paints, which I think I'm going to do right now. I chose a few different colors. I wish I had my easel here. This would be a lot easier for me. And I'm going to use some yellow because I think yellow is beautiful and it's a happy color. And I'm going to simply just dot it in wherever I want. Again, some children may just want to use one color. And I know that the dandelion is white, the white feathery ball. But this just makes it really, really pretty. Okay? Maybe use a little bit more yellow. That's up to you. And I'm going to use maybe some pink. I have like a pink color. And I'm going to maybe do this and that. And I'm going to have to dip it in a few times. I'm going to go in towards the center. Okay, and you can see how it's looking really, really pretty. Okay, I'm going to try to get you close up. You can see how that's coming out. And I think I'm going to use orange now, another bright color. And I like the way it looks against the black and the white. It makes it pop really nice. Okay, so I'm going to stop here because I know that you're going to get more time to do it, and I know you're going to want to take your time to make it look the way you want it to look. But this is an example of what yours might look like, and it looks really, really pretty. If you have some glitter, I know that in kindergarten we like to use our glitter. You can even sprinkle a little bit of glitter on some of those dots, and that would make it really sparkle and look beautiful. Whatever you want to do with it is fine. It's your project, and you can be as creative as you'd like to be. So I hope that you like this project. I know I love it. It always looks so, so pretty in school. You could even probably make a few copies of this and do a few of them, or do it with your brothers and sisters or your parents, and maybe hang some of them up, and they'll look really pretty and cheerful. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this story, and if you want to take any pictures of the projects, if you chose to do them, and send them to Mrs. Gutheil and to me, we'd love to see them. That'll make us feel happy. All right, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon on Kindergarten Story Time. Bye, boys and girls.